Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching YouTube channel. Welcome to those of you who are new. Welcome back to those of you seasoned veterans of what we do around here. What we do around here is we bring about conversations of a spiritual, psychological, coaching, emotional related topic series. We've got over 550 of these at this point. We'll probably have well into the 600s over the next month or so. Hope to get to 1,000 by the end of the year. A lot of stuff. And if you are a person that needs help with goal setting, this is the audio for you. If you're looking for someone to help be an accountability partner as you set new goals or reestablish your old goals and ghosts for that matter post-pandemic, I'd love to be of service to you. You can reach out on Twitter at PO Perception, or you can connect through the About Me section of this YouTube page and get some information on my website that is linked in the About Me section. So, making goals work for you is the topic of this particular audio, and we'll kind of run through some things really quickly. The first is write them down. Matter of fact, the more ways that you can use your sensory ways in which you are going. In other words, maybe write them down, speak them out, talk them through with people. Maybe have a vision board so you visually see the goal in front of you. But the more ways you use your senses to kind of get to your goals, the better your life is going to be. Because reaching a goal, long-term, short-term, or medium-term, is all about commitment and consistency of connectivity to the goal itself. And so the more ways you use your senses to do that, the easier it is to make things through. And then the other thing is lead yourself through the process. In other words, the visualization of the process of the change and reaching the goal is important. But the more detailed you are with the visualization, in other words, don't just visualize the finish line. It's a good idea to visualize where you start, the why you're interested in achieving the goal, and also the pitfalls that will come along the way. With every goal that you have, it's best to go, there will be times that things happen unexpectedly. I think one of the things that causes people not to reach their goals, no matter how big or small they may be, is that they don't build in for there will be disappointments. I had a client earlier today who was dealing with an educational test. And we went into the test, we, meaning my work with them, with this is a fact finder's mission. If you need to take the test again, that's not that big a deal. And that outlook allowed the client to be more at ease and do better on the first run of the test than they believed possible. Had they gone in with a pass-fail mentality, had they gone in with the mentality of, I have to do this perfectly the first time through, they weren't going to get as much out of the experience, thereby making actually passing the test in the future more difficult. And obviously, there are people that believe that you only have one shot at something. I believe you have multiple shots at any one thing unless something interferes and cuts you off. Now, the next thing is the ability to change your beliefs. Matter of fact, the necessity of changing what you believe. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean, per se, that it is either good or bad to have beliefs that you hold on to long term, but at least once a year, preferably once a quarter, so somewhere between 1 to 4 times a year, change to your beliefs may be beneficial to you. So it's worth having a conversation internally and an internal dialogue. It's saying, does what I believe actually work for me as a person? If the answer is no, then you might want to look at leaving it behind. If the answer is yes, then look at keeping it, but also if you want to form stronger beliefs or stronger habits around certain beliefs, look at why it's working for you. Does it work for you because you're around other people who believe the same way? Does it work for you because you reinforce it on a daily, weekly, or monthly basis? Does it work for you because you've never had another alternative of belief and the idea of an alternative is so uncomfortable to you that you've never even looked at anything else and you're comfortable with that? Some people are comfortable not changing what they believe, but understand why you believe what you believe so that you begin to understand that every moment of every day can have purpose if you give it purpose, as it relates to your goals, no matter the term length of the goal. The next thing to consider that is reasonably important, as all of these are, is kind of considering the target of your goal. In other words, what will you have? What will be different in your life when you reach the goal? What is your why? Why are you driven? And I'll tie this together. I have purpose listed here as another factor to talk about. But what is your why? What is your purpose? What is your target? When you have this thing, or you achieve this educational milestone, or you have this relationship where you've done it, what will that give you? What leverage will you have? What difference will it make in your daily, weekly, monthly, yearly life? How will it improve your quality of happiness? And these things are important. When you lose sight of that, or if you do, you're really kind of spinning your wheels in a bad direction. I can't tell you how many clients over the years, I would say it numbers definitely in the hundreds, potentially in the thousands of people who go, I went through this educational experience and it wasn't what I thought. I got married and it wasn't what I thought. I committed to a relationship and it wasn't what I thought. I moved across the country and it wasn't what I thought. So if you don't understand the why you're doing something, and give yourself a backup plan or a potential of, if this doesn't meet my expectations, here's what I'm going to do next. Having that is important, as is being responsible for your choices. When something doesn't work out, it can be influenced by another person, but the reality is it's on you. If you trusted someone else, if you put faith in one pathway working out and not needing to look at other pathways, if you didn't do your research, if you didn't come to a place of deeper understanding, that's on you. And personal responsibility and accountability is so important. That's one of the things, probably within, other than working on self forgiveness, I'd say the second most thing that I work with clients all around the world is their level of self accountability and responsibility for the decisions they make. It's so easy to say, I thought this was going to go this way and I don't want to deal with this now, or the way I feel now, because it didn't turn out the way I planned. That's a cop out to yourself. You're going to have to deal with it sooner or later, even if it's uncomfortable or unpleasant or is filled with regret or shame or anger or whatever emotions that come with having to deal with something that doesn't go according to plan. But the reality is, you've got to deal with your role in choosing to do whatever you did. The next is, be willing to ask for help. Be willing to ask for, assistance educationally, assistance emotionally. Maybe you need to delegate some tasks out so you can refocus yourself. Maybe you need to work with someone like a coach for accountability. Maybe you need to work on time management. But ask for help. We are meant to be social creatures, therefore, it is important to always look at the possibility that we can't do everything we intended to do 1000% by ourselves. That doesn't make us weak, that doesn't make us unintelligent. Matter of fact, the more intelligent among us are the people who choose to go, you know what, at the end of the day, hey, here we are. But there's challenges there. So the next thing is, embrace new beliefs and new skills. Always be learning something new. Always be, willing to look at what you believe and kind of reevaluate it if where you're going isn't working for you. But learn new things, read books, talk to new people, get new perspectives, gain insights, because the more new you are growing, the more joy you're going to have through the act of learning, but also the more balance you will have when things change, when trends change, when the needs of a customer or a partner or a friend or whatever, when these things change, if you are ready for them to change, if you are willing to embrace in their change, the easier it's going to be for you to get to a place of higher understanding. And at the end of the day, if you're willing to do that, it's valuable in the long run. So the next thing in the list of things to kind of make goals a little easier here is actually the last one is realign yourself. So, if you've gotten off track, if you've, maybe slacked on your diet or haven't been as attentive to your relationship or haven't studied as much as you should, reestablish, am I still as passionate about this thing? Why or why not? What would bring my passion back if I need to bring it back? What would cause me to manage my time better if I need to do that? What would cause me to refocus? Sometimes the internal alignment, mind, body, spirit, wellness, is necessary. A matter of fact, I tell people to do that at least monthly, preferably. But I mean, there are people that are more focused that only need to do it quarterly. But at the very least, if you're not checking in with yourself at regular intervals, you will get off task. So hopefully, this has been helpful. I encourage you to keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. Till next time, everybody.